My fellow citizens and residents, there is no gainsaying that 2020 has been an exceptionally challenging year so far. COVID-19 has created a near topsy-turvy world, disrupting our traditional customs and practices, and imposing on us compliance on an evolving new normal. Wearing masks, frequent hand hygiene, and physical and social distancing. COVID-19 presents a dangerous threat to our health and well-being. It has also reversed the growth of the global economy, resulting in job losses, loss of incomes, business failures, and hardships for individuals, corporations, and institutions around the world. There are uncertainty and turmoil in many parts of the world at this Yuletide season. In spite of the turbulence, those of you, my compatriots and well-wishers, listening and viewing this Christmas message are tremendously fortunate, for God has been good to us. He has spared our lives in an environment in which over 1 million persons have died as a consequence of the COVID-19 pandemic. God's goodness and mercy have prevailed in our lives here in St. Kitts and Nevis. If for no other reason, we can celebrate this Christmas with a sense of favor and with praises to God, who lent us His Son as our intercessor. I want to acknowledge the frontline workers, including our law enforcement officers, who put their service and duty first, even at risk to themselves. I want to thank our health and medical professionals who worked around the clock, putting the needs of the wider society ahead of their very own. I want to thank those workers who kept our federation running, putting their nation first. I thank you all sincerely. Thanks to you for the part you have been playing in keeping our beloved Federation of St. Kitts and Nevis safe. Let me thank you, the wonderful people of our Federation, who have made significant sacrifices during this time. I know it was difficult not being able to see your family and friends residing overseas as you would have liked, or living life as you used to. But it was your sacrifice, following the rules, that made the difference and helped to protect our Federation of St. Kitts and Nevis through the difficult period of COVID-19. Our all-of-society approach has become a model, not only for addressing the pandemic, but a best practice for good governance. We can all feel good that our collective efforts have resulted in St. Kitts and Nevis being designated as a low-risk jurisdiction by the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention in the United States of America. We have the lowest rate of infection in the region. We have no deaths, and our leadership has been exemplary. For these fine accomplishments, we must give God, and God all thanks. I remind my citizens and residents never to become complacent. COVID-19 still remains an existential threat. The threat has not passed. The virus is still with us, and other countries are now experiencing and reporting on a second wave. We know that by working together, committing ourselves to the health and safety of each other, and standing together, there is nothing we cannot face, and nothing we cannot achieve as a people. COVID-19 has reminded us that all is not well with planet Earth, and we must do a better job of coexisting with Mother Nature. the things so freely given to us by our Creator. The sea, the sand, sunshine, mountains, fresh air, etc., and which we have taken for granted. COVID-19 has, in some ways, caused us to better appreciate these gifts from God. God's greatest gift to us is His Son, Jesus Christ. He was born in a manger, in humble, simple circumstances. Yet, from the modesty and simplicity of His birth, and the ignominy of His death on the cross, He rose triumphant over the grave. For us, the grave is metaphorically captivity, depression, lack and want, over which we must, through God's grace and mercy, rise in hope and victory. This time of the year, we draw inspiration, not just from Scripture, but from the carols we would normally sing. I am reminded of a verse from the beautiful carol, O Holy Night. And that verse says in part, a thrill of hope, the weary world rejoices, for yonder breaks a new and glorious morn. What a gift the Lord has given us, with the gift of hope and promise of a brighter future. With the displacement caused by the COVID-19 pandemic, we may not have as much material things to share this Christmas. We are reminded, however, of the promise in the 23rd Psalm, that the Lord is our shepherd, and we shall not want. Rather than focus on the material, I encourage my fellow citizens and residents to focus on the spiritual and intangible. Let us this Christmas recommit ourselves to a life of service, first to God, to family, community, and this our beloved country. Let our gifts be gifts of charity, love, hope, service, and the caring that we give to everyone who needs them. And let these precious and priceless virtues endure in our lives at Christmas and beyond. On behalf of myself and family, and the wider cabinet of St. Kitts and Nevis, I extend sincerest Christmas greetings to every citizen and resident of St. Kitts and Nevis. I wish you and your family a blessed, safe, and happy Christmas. Let us be grateful that we are together, and let us give thanks that so far, here in St. Kitts and Nevis, we have weathered the storm to this point. Let us look to the new year with hope and optimism that the good Lord will continue to bless and favor us, and indeed favor our beloved Federation of St. Kitts and Nevis. I remember in a specially fond way our frontline workers and their families, our sick, our shut-in, the caregivers, the prayer warriors, my constituents from Bellevue Village to Atlas, my compatriots, and all well-wishers of my beloved country. I pray that notwithstanding the challenges of COVID-19, we will keep ourselves and our loved ones safe. Let us look forward with optimism and hope to a stronger and safer future. May God continue to bless St. Kitts and Nevis. Again, from me to you, Happy Christmas. Thank you.